One of the things that makes the new editor so powerful is the ability to build as you go. And what I mean by this is that you can drag and drop from this element menu or from your library, and you can literally drag and drop and build new structures as you go. So for example, you can see when I move my mouse, I've got different target drop zones. And this means that, for example, if I add the button here in the middle, I'm literally adding a column here in the middle. So you no longer need, although you can, use this type of rows where I'll show you what happens when I drop it. You see your 3 columns are there, and then you can click on add content and select what you want. You could use this, but of course this is one drag and drop and then a lot of clicks every time you want to add something to one of those 3 blocks, versus what I can do is just drag and drop here my link, and then if I want another one on the right, I'm just dropping it to the right, creating my second column, and say I want a third column, I'm just drag and dropping again another link to the right. So you can imagine how this is much faster than using the previous blocks that we've added here for convenience, but that's not necessarily the fastest way to do things. And something else that will be quite helpful when you add columns, for example, is to remember that by default, all columns are set up to the same width. So if I edit the column here, you can see it's on auto, but I can untick this, and then I can change the width of my column here. So this is how you do different column widths, which is something that we had, of course, in the previous version. Now, another tip when it comes to editing is to remember that you can literally move any element of the newsletter. So this means that, for example, this button here, if I click the cross, and I want to move it in the same block of content or in the same column maybe, but just somewhere else. You see those blue bars? Those are also target drop zones. So I can move elements into a block that already has an element, which is something that was not available before. But now you see that I've added my button underneath the image. Before, if you had an image in a content block, you could only have an image, but now you can add multiple things to the same content blocks and you can move everything around really easily. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any other questions, just open the chat and let us know.